It was another day of losses for the Indian stock markets, with the Sensex and the Nifty both falling in trade today. In fact, today it was a very huge fall, with the Sensex losing 642 points and the Nifty losing as much as 186 points in trade. Now, this was despite the fact that crude oil prices fell in trade today. What happened yesterday was there was a sharp spike of as much as 20%, as high as 20% in crude oil. But yesterday the Nifty and the Sensex did not lose too much ground. What happened is they reacted today even much to a greater extent than yesterday, and fell sharply in trade. So what led losses today was clearly the autos, metals, banks. None of the stocks were spared. Even the broader markets, the IT and the mid-cap index, saw significant losses. Among the top losers were clearly the auto stocks, led by Hero MotoCorp, which fell as much as 6% in trade. Even Maruti lost a great deal and ended the day almost 4% lower in trade. There are expectations that something would come out for the auto sector when the GST Council holds its meeting on September 20th. Despite that, there was selling in stocks like Maruti and Hero MotoCorp. Even banks saw a good amount of selling. Axis Bank was among the top 5 losers in trade today. So what led gainers today was really GAIL. It gained about between 1 and 1.5%. But otherwise, really, even Dr. Reddy's gained, but these were just marginal gains of even less than 1%. So it was really the metals, the autos, the banks, and across the board selling that we saw in trade today. Coming to the other markets, the European markets were very quiet. In fact, they were trading flat. And so the slump in the Indian markets came as a big surprise. Even the Dow futures were pointing to very flat opening for the US markets later today. So it was really alarming to see the Indian markets fall, where the global markets were more or less flat in trade today. Coming to the outlook for the next few days, it looks like we are going to see further selling pressure. Every time the Nifty moves towards that 11,100 mark, it comes right back. So today it fell below 11,000, and again it breached 10,900 to end near that 10,800 levels. And tomorrow it's highly probable that if the selling pressure continues, we might see the Nifty drift even below that 10,800 points mark. And today's selling was also led by heavyweights, HDFC and HDFC Bank. Now, when these two scripts, these HDFC twins, fall, they tend to drag the indices lower because they have a heavy weightage in the markets. And what that also suggests is there is a probability that we will see a lot of net selling by FPI, foreign portfolio investors, when the numbers come out today later. Because when HDFC and HDFC Bank falls to 1 and 2%, you can expect some selling from foreign portfolio investors. All in all, for the next few days, expect the markets to remain volatile. We would advise investors to stay on cash, because there are worries over crude oil, that though crude oil prices fell today, there are worries that crude installations and crude processing facilities across the globe remain vulnerable to attack from extremists and militants. So there are those worries, and if crude prices continue to remain elevated, then India has a problem with the fiscal deficit and the current account deficit. So that's what hit investors hard, and they just sold off in trade today, worrying that it may even pull down economic growth further.